Yo,
Hello,
here we are, episode 2.
episode 2, episode
Mhm.
1 with an official title.
Shiza.
We've said it already. We've done the end game thing. Do you
When they
remember?
set it up.
Yeah, do you remember
Yeah.
when they were like the title was said in Infinity War at some
Yeah.
point, and everybody was just raking through the script?
Oh, yeah.
We should have done that before
We're in the end game now. Yeah, that kind of shit.
That's the name of the podcast.
Yeah, that's probably taken, but yeah, if
Yeah.
you've got that name, hell yeah.
Well, there's a few names that we wanted that were taken.
Oh, God.
It was a process, but we're here. We're Trunks on the outside. You know, lots of people at work have been asking me about this because we've been posting about it now.
Mhm.
And it's been a solid one of two reactions. One being just understanding it and going, "Oh yeah, that's cool. I get that," and the other just like completely not understanding at all, and me needing to explain that we don't want like people to just wear their underwear on the outside. It's a superhero thing.
It's a whole thing. It's something that, me and you spoke about last week, and we're glad it's back.
Mhm.
Trunks on the
Yeah.
outside, Superman. It's just how it is.
Yeah, and I think it's for the people who know. I think they can then understand what the kind of superhero fans we are just from that title alone. Kind
Yeah.
of comic book. I don't want to say the word purists, as that
No.
seems a bit. We're
It's a
not
bit
comic book.
cult-like.
It's a
fucking
bit
fun,
cult
man.
like. We're not comic book purists, but like we like the comic bookness of a superhero movie, and we're finally getting that back, and it's a beautiful thing.
Damn right.
Hell yeah, man.
I think it's something that is spoken about a lot online in terms of like, we're in a good place now with comic books and comic book movies and
Mhm.
nerd culture and everything. What was once essentially, like a product to be used against you when we were
Yeah.
kids is now,
Yeah.
in the mainstream, and it's awesome to see, and to just have that kind of like camaraderie of everyone talks about superhero films now. And I think that's amazing that we can do that.
Yeah.
But let's not forget the dark days.
Yeah.
They were there. I got
Honestly.
bullied in school for it.
Yeah, same.
We've all been through it. Anyone that's kind of 20 to 30 has probably been through the dark days.
Yeah,
Of-
of just having the X-Men movies and which they have their moments, but
It's what we had.
didn't have comic book accurate suits either. And I feel
No.
like even back then we were like, why are they all dressed in leather? I get the Matrix just came out, but
Yeah.
like,
Dude, it was like it was the turning point of the century, wasn't it? Everything was
Yeah,
leather. Everything was black. Everything had nu metal soundtracks and like weird like dance, drum and bass type, soundtracks to the movies as well.
I think it worked for Blade, and then it worked for Blade and the Matrix, and
and then they were like,
that's
it.
That's coming from us two complaining about people wearing leather and nu metal soundtracks.
Listen, look, we need to bring it back. If anything, we need the next leather-clad team of superheroes.
Yeah, but not for everything, not for every movie, for a specific. Okay, first question of the pod.
Yeah.
What team do you want, or team or superhero property do you want brought back in a leather-clad nu metal dance soundtrack?
Oh, okay. I mean,
I've just thrown this at you. I didn't give you any.
No, you're all good.
But who could it be? It can't be Fantastic Four. They're wearing woolly jumpers.
They're too cozy. I mean, obviously Ghost Rider kind of falls under that because he's already in leather.
Nice.
So they could go the Marvel Knights route, which I think that's what they're trying to do at some point is set up the Marvel Knights with Blade and that.
Yeah.
So that could be our leather
Actually,
clad.
I think you've just solved it. I was going to do a jokey answer and say like the Teen Titans or something, but
we didn't get far off in the Titan series.
Yeah.
It was very tight, shiny outfits.
Yeah, Starfire had that kind of purple kind of I don't know how to describe it, plastic looking dress.
Like a latex type thing.
Latex, that's it. That's close enough to leather. We'll take it. Take it.
I'll accept it.
But yeah, anyway, first tangent of the pod. We're 5 minutes in, and I've asked a nonsensical question about leather.
Look, I think tangents are good. I think people like tangents. They come to a video and they want to see what we have to speak about. And when we don't speak about that, I think that's good because we can annoy people at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
Exactly. Well, anyway, talking of comic book accurate suits and the early noughties, let's talk about the topic of, well, I'm referring to a specific iteration of the topic of today's podcast.
Yeah.
We're talking about everything Spider-Man today, and I'm thinking Sam Raimi's trilogy comes to mind straight away in terms of comic book suits. He did it right from the start, really, didn't he? Like,
Yeah.
where others were going for a more kind of real world kind of take on it, he just designed. I mean, everything about his. I'm just going straight in right now.
No, you're all
Everything
good.
about his movies was kind of comic book gimmicky and goofy, so it made sense that he just had that suit from the first movie. This 16-year-old kid was able to make a suit that looked like that.
Yeah, I've never understood that. No matter what iteration of Spider-Man it is, I'm like, that's a really nice suit, and you've never shown me your skills on a sewing machine before.
That's it. They set him up as a photographer, as a nerd, sometimes a skater, but they never set him up as a seamstress.
No.
So,
and that's what they should do with the next one.
That's exactly my first point.
Reboot. He's in a haberdashery.
Yeah, he's got a big wooden loom.
Oh, there's that they've got the whole Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
They need to have one Spider-Man that just makes the suits for everyone. Like, they're out fighting crime. They ain't got time to make their own suits. Just have the one Spider Loom. The one Spider Loom.
I feel like that's got to be a thing, right?
I think the loom idea in the Spider-Verse is a thing with Madam Web.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I might be making it up. But I feel like there's a thread. Or am I thinking of Hercules where they cut the thread? And then
I think you saw Hercules the other week, and that's
you've
got Hercules on the mind.
I do. It was very good. Like, if you get a chance to go see it. Don't expect it to be like the Disney film.
No,
but also expect it to be like that in a kind of way, because it's still sponsored, promoted, whatever, owned by Disney.
Okay.
They change a few things, and Hades is cool. He's not blue, but he kind of reminds me of Asterion from Baldur's Gate.
Brilliant.
So that's all I could think of.
Well,
it worked. It was cool. Yeah.
Nick's sold. I'm sure she's booked tickets already if you told her there's a character that looks like Astarion in it. Yeah. Speaking
of Spider-Man, the whole topic of this video we wanted to do today is to rate our own personal top 5 favorite Spider-Man films, whether that's live action or the animated 2 Miles Morales films that we got. We've got 5. We're going to start with number 5.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and just to reiterate, this is personal preference, subjective to our own experience. We are not saying these are definitively the best ones. There are a lot of rankings out there which say top 5 best Spider-Man films. This is just what we enjoy. Mine's kind of the ones that I've seen the most, the ones that I go back to the most.
Yep.
So yeah, you start off with your number 5.
Oh, you threw me right in there.
Yeah, man. Let me load up mine as well.
Look, this is what we should have done beforehand. Is prepare. No, I've got mine here.
Ready to go.
I've got mine here. Shouts out Letterboxd. You got good lists, bro. Good lists.
I wonder if any of ours are going to match up at all. I feel like maybe 1 or 2 might match up.
I'm like questioning myself now because I know I'm going to get hate for it, but the film being at number 5 doesn't mean that it's a terrible film or a bad film at all. I absolutely love this film.
Yeah.
But it's personal preference to me, and like yourself, it will be as well.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got something to say before I destroy the internet?
I was going to say, not only the top 5 we're doing, we're also doing our least favorite as well.
Oh yeah, at the end. What is the worst?
Yeah, which again isn't us saying it's bad. It's just the one that we enjoy the least.
Yes, which I think is fair.
Number 5, hit me.
Number 5 for me is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
It is the second animated film of Miles Morales, and it introduced Miguel O'Hara as Spider-Man 2099, and it was all about, Spider-Man essentially wanting to change his canon event, so like his dad doesn't die and all this kind of stuff. I really enjoyed this film at the cinema. I remember me and George got, we were with Odeon. We got like an exclusive invite to go and see the film, like, I don't know, 3 days before it came out.
Sick.
And I thought that was pretty cool. And like the ending of that film, I'm not going to spoil. It's been out for a while. I don't want to spoil it completely, but
let's say light spoilers for all Spider-Man movies.
Light spoilers.
We won't
the ending
go
of that film, just made me so excited for the next one. And then when I found out the next one isn't coming out until like 2027,
I know.
I'm like, there's nothing like inherently bad with this film at all. I don't think it's a bad film. It's just at number 5 for me because I always find middle films, like, I struggle getting along with them. Like, for instance, with Two Towers, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
That's not my favorite one, but I'll never skip it because it has such an important role leading up to Return of the King. So for me, the middle film is always the weird little brother that, you know, kind of doesn't always necessarily work for me, but I still put it above Into the Spider-Verse because it shows us that little like explanation of canon events and what each and every Spider-Man goes through. And they have to lose the thing. They have to do that. Mild spoilers. You were going to say you're doing huge spoilers.
No. I was going to say yours, it's above Into the Spider-Verse. You don't have Into the Spider-Verse on your top.
I just spoiled that for you.
You did spoil it a little bit.
Sorry, bro. My list is here. I mean, Into the Spider-Verse in my listable things is at number 6. So.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've watched it. I've watched it about 3 or 4 times, and I really like it. I love the soundtrack. I love the art style.
Yeah.
I mean, Hobie Brown as Spider-Punk is just the best.
Yeah.
What is it? Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah.
Who plays him. So good.
So good. There's a lot about that movie that I love. I love what they expanded upon from the first one, particularly with the different art styles. You really see, because in the first one, each of the characters look a little different. They're drawn a little different. But in the second one, they really expand upon that and even show you the different worlds and the way that they look. Especially Gwen's world, when it's like the watercolor and it's like
reflects her mood.
Yeah.
So cool.
So cool. And the bit where the Italian Renaissance vulture breaks through right at the start, and it's like that specific style and how it interacts with the world that we were in currently. I thought it was really cool. And especially, like, I mean, so many Easter eggs and cameos in that one as well.
Yeah, cameo galore.
Namely Donald Glover as live action Prowler.
Yeah, in an animated film. I was so cool. Good. So good.
So yeah, one's is a really cool one. Yeah. It
needs a rewatch from me.
Same. I think I've seen it twice.
Yeah, I want to do like a proper Into and Across rewatch just to refresh my mind. It's been a while since I've watched them, but yeah, that is my number 5.
Okay.
What about yourself?
My number 5 is Far From Home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. I feel like my list is going to be. I feel like that's the only maybe controversial one. Okay. I think it's definitely not the best Spider-Man movie at all, which is surprising because it's my number 5. The reason I'm including it so kind of high up in my list is almost solely because of the Mysterio sequences in it.
Dude. Yeah.
Like, I don't know a lot about the character Mysterio, but the way they handled it, obviously it's different in this movie than it is in the comics because he's like solely magic and illusion in the comics, and this is kind of tech based. Yeah. But I thought it was really interesting what they did. And I genuinely thought it was like quite like a risky move to do it, to cast Jake Gyllenhaal as this kind of really weird villain, but they just nailed it. And there's just that sequence in the middle where Peter goes and he thinks he's talking to Nick Fury at that Shield base, and then everything just falls apart around him.
I love that.
And there's like a 5-minute nightmare scene, including like a zombie Tony Stark in the Iron Man suit. There's a bit where like loads of spiders crawl over him. There's a bit where he's stuck in a snow globe.
Yeah,
and like
that was really cool.
Every single shot and kind of new thing they introduced in that sequence just looked like the cover of a comic book.
Oh, absolutely. Like him in the snow globe would have definitely been. Yeah. I'm sure it is. But
yeah. And like my knowledge probably isn't enough to kind of pick out each and every Easter egg that was in there, but I'm sure there were. And I don't know. I'm one of my main problems with that movie is like, and they kind of do it a lot in the MCU Spider-Man movies that we've got out right now, that I think is going to change in Brand New Day, is that he hardly spends Brand New Day. He hardly spends any time in New York City. When like his character is like, so New York City is ingrained upon the character of Spider-Man so much, in the same way that like the cliche of saying in Sex and the City is as much a character as it is the regular characters. It's the same for Spider-Man, and they do that in Homecoming. Obviously, he spends a lot of time in Queens because he's just a kid in that one. But then they go to Washington DC for ages, and I'm like, okay. And then in No Way Home, he's in Europe the whole time.
Far From Home, Europe. Yeah,
Far From Home. Sorry, I said No Way Home. Far From Home, he's in Europe the whole time for the second movie, and I'm like, I just want to. I feel like it's not actually until the third one that we see him just properly swinging through high-rise buildings or anything. Yeah. So, like, I do have a lot of problems with Far From Home. Like, I also don't think all of the humor hits, but it's just the Mysterio stuff, which is why it's so high up on my list. It's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, we do get that great ending as well.
And where his Peter Tingle saves him, right?
Spider-Man.
Oh,
he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. The whole and there's a big bit in
the
London.
Peter Tingle bit. I've just remembered that was really cool.
Yeah, man, where he catches the gun. That whole London sequence is really cool.
Yeah, I forgot they come to London.
Yeah. So like, there's like a few really cool a few sequences, but just really it's just the Mysterio stuff for me. It gets me really hyped. I wish we had more of that, like that one sequence where it's just pure nightmare. I mean, Mysterio is not, we didn't really see him die. They alluded that he died, but his whole thing is illusion. So if they're good, I really hope they bring him back, because
I would hope so as well.
I would love to see some more of that, and even maybe like Mysterio trying to turn his life around as he does in the second Spider-Man game. And do you remember those side missions?
The movie tie-in games?
No. The PlayStation game, the Sony games.
Is that when you're with you're playing as Miles?
You're playing as Miles, and then he's got all these like, I don't know.
And you have to do the weird DJ game.
Yeah.
Like the rhythm game.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I want more Mysterio in the MCU. That is,
I get that.
Genuinely the sole reason why it's so high. I can't, let me see if I made any other notes about that movie. Nah, that's it. That's 2 notes.
That's it. You're done.
That's my number 5, is Far From Home. And that's my reasonings.
Sweet.
Number 4. Let's go.
All right. My number 4 is the OG, the original Spider-Man. Same. Yeah. Shit. Okay, cool. Yeah. This is sweet then. That's fine.
First crossover. Cool.
I don't hate this film at all. I absolutely love this film. Mm-hmm. I'm sure I said that about the last one, but this one is the whole reason I got into Spider-Man. It was the whole reason I went to Sainsbury's in Loughton and grabbed a copy of Spider-Man magazine. Comic book. It was a magazine at the time, because it wasn't made by whoever makes comic books. That sounds so ignorant of me. It was made by Panini, who done the stickers.
I remember I used to collect those as well.
Yeah. I remember going to see that film with my dad. I think I was 11 at the time, and it was the first film that was a 12A, so you could go with an adult if you were under 12. And I was like, man, this is sick. I get to go with my dad. Pretty sure my dad fell asleep within like the first 5 minutes. I finished watching the film and was like, my life has changed drastically after this film. I think it is so good, and I don't want to take all of the speaking time because we can get into it. But why is it your number 4?
I mean, I think similar reasons. I think it did so much to bring kind of superheroes back into the limelight of like cinema and for people in general. I mean, it's got a lot of kind of comic book goof and cheesiness,
which I love about it.
Yeah, and that turns a lot of people away, especially upon rewatches.
Yeah,
I've certainly noticed it a lot in my rewatches in the last couple of years. it is like so corny and cheesy at times, and the editing is weird, but it's got so much character to it as well. It's there's not another superhero movie like it, and it's really just like it feels just very kind of simple as well at the same time.
I like that it looks like a film.
Yeah.
Me and George have been saying this about films recently. I don't know if we spoke about this at work or whatever, but films look too clean now. Mm-hmm. They haven't got that nice gritty graininess to it.
Yeah.
And I love going back to my DVD of Spider-Man and just watching it and just seeing like a lot of it, if not all of it, is, shot on location.
Yeah.
Like apart from some of the sets and stuff that I'm sure were made, but like just seeing Peter like run after the bus after he's been bitten, and like he puts his hand on the side of it and rips off the thing on the side of the bus.
Yeah.
Like all of that stuff was so cool. And I genuinely remember like a rumor going around school that they got a guy who could actually climb walls to do the Peter Parker bit. And I was like, no way, like this guy, what? And he's got no like harness or nothing. They were like, yeah, seriously. He's got sticky hands and he can stick to walls. I was like, man, this is like, oh my God, this can happen to anyone. And I was just like, every single day I was like, how do I get this power? How do I be like the guy that sticks to walls that isn't Peter Parker, but is the stunt guy?
Yeah, that scene in the alley when he first climbs up the wall, and they film it where he's literally just crawling on the ground, but they've turned the camera sideways.
So smart.
I remember when my dad told me that's how they did it, and I was like, I try and recreate it all the time. And they make it look, they've done it's like something about the score, the music in it, or like the way they make it look, but it was just so incredible. I wanted to do the same. I remember my dad also telling me, the scene when he wakes up after he's been bitten and he lifts his glasses up and it goes all blurry and he takes them off and then it's clear again. I don't know if this is true. I feel like it might have just been my dad winding me up, but he said they filmed that. They made him by making just a massive pair of glasses and lifting them up to the camera and taking them off again.
That wouldn't surprise me.
It could be one of those like weird movie things where that it's just literally as simple as that, and that's how they do it. I want to Google it because
or they just manually took the shot out of focus. But I guess no, because you can see him putting the glasses on, can't you? Like every time it goes up.
Mirror. No, I'm just getting Spider-Man drinking glasses.
Unless it was a shot without a mirror. And you've got the camera facing Toby, putting on the glasses, and the bigger glasses are mimicking what Toby's doing, kind of what they did with Terminator 2 when he's like repairing himself.
Yeah.
So there's no actual mirror, but it's just looking directly at Toby, copying the thing.
I mean, that actually, now that it does kind of make sense. That's how they would do it. But yeah, it's a great movie. Willem Dafoe is certifiably insane and so scary. Obviously, nostalgia is a big player into this being in the top 5. But yeah, I think going back and rewatching it, it really does just have a lot of fantastic moments. And it's so colourful. Like the bit where Green Goblin first kind of appears and there's all of the big balloons that Spider-Man's like jumping over.
Macy's Day Parade.
That's it.
And Macy Gray is playing.
That's yeah. There's like,
so good.
And the bit where at the end where Green Goblin's holding Mary Jane and the cable car full of school kids over the bridge.
Now choose.
Like so classic kind of comic book stuff where it's just so melodramatic and over the top. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, I still think the part where he's flying through the parade. And then he like comes to where like all his ex like board members are, and he throws the grenade. He's like, "Out am I?" I still think that looks pretty good. Like when they all turn to skeletons and shit. Like
this fucking skeletons, And then
so cool.
Every other time he throws a grenade, it doesn't look like that.
It just blows them back. Like in my mind, it's a special like antimatter grenade or something
specifically.
But surely you'd use that for your greatest enemy, Spider-Man. But then is it like a Joker type thing where he like thrives off the fact that he's got someone to fight again?
Yeah, he doesn't want to kill Spider, especially when he realizes that like he knows who Spider-Man is as well. I think he revels in the kind of excitement of that because he's fucking nuts.
Yeah, he's mental. I love when he phones the hospital. No, he doesn't phone the hospital. Peter's phoning home to Mary Jane, and Goblin answers the phone. And he's like, "Can Spider-Man come out to play?" And he's like, "Where is she?" Ah, dude, that's like, I have no bad notes about that film. I think it's incredible.
No, yeah, it is what it is. I think, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad note. I just think, yeah, some of the kind of the editing and the cheesiness of it can be jarring, but you just have to lean into it.
It's very Raimi, isn't it?
It's very
it's just
Raimi,
his way of doing it.
Yeah, it was the same in Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness. That was kind of, but then if you just kind of lean into that aspect of it, you will have a great time watching it.
And shouts out to the guy in the wrestling ring.
I was just thinking, I got you for 3
No, I'm talking about the other guy. Bonesaw, yeah.
Who are you talking about?
He doesn't have a name. He's just a guy in the crowd. But when the cage comes down, he's like, "Cage!" Me and Charlie fucking die at that part every time. I don't know what it is. It's just, he's loving life at that point. But yeah, Bonesaw. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
And then, yeah, that scene's brilliant. If you ignore Spider-Man's mild homophobia.
Yeah. That's a cute outfit. Did your husband make it for you?
Yeah. It's just like not needed at all.
No, but it's very...
But it's is what it is. It's what it is.
Well, look, I'm glad that our number 4 was Collective.
Yeah, same. That is... that one kind of had to be on both of our lists. There's no way that it can't be on a top 5 of Spider-Man movies.
It set the precedent for superhero movies then on.
I feel like this point forward might be where we take a bit of a I'm gonna die. Take a bit of a turn. So if you want to, once you've finished dying, are you okay?
It's your turn.
Oh, yeah, because that was technically both of us. Okay, so my number 3, let me just double check that I'm remembering it correctly. Yeah, man, my number 3 is Homecoming. That's it's quite high up the list, which I think is again controversial, but I don't know. There's something about it. I like the completely different vibe they took with it. It feels so very different to the other 2 like first Spider-Man movies we get, and obviously it's different because Spider-Man's already established in this world. But it feels modernized in a good way, but also kind of classic in the way that it's almost, it feels like a John Hughes movie.
Yeah, it's very coming of age, teen drama kind of thing.
It feels like Ferris Bueller, and it even directly references it at one point.
When he's running through the gardens.
It's like fantastic. You get some good villains in it. You get Vulture, who I forgot was in the movie in our last episode.
Yep.
Which is a big...
he's just the main villain.
He's just the main villain.
I'm pretty sure he's in the first shot of the film.
Yeah, he's in the first scene when he's... Yeah, the character I forgot was in my 3rd favourite Spider-Man movie. But yeah, you get the Vulture, you get Shocker, you've got the Tinkerer, and we get...
Did we get the Tinkerer?
Yeah, the dude who's working for the Vulture, who makes all the weapons and stuff. Oh. He's not dressed like it or anything. He's just a dude wearing a cardigan.
I mean, the only thing I know of the Tinkerer is from this Miles Morales game.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, he just makes the weapons. He like makes the Vulture suit and everything.
Nice. Okay.
And then we also get Donald Glover back, or for the first time in live action. I want him back in the MCU, man. He was just... I was so excited when he appeared on the screen.
I think that's in my genuine opinion, that's where they're going to go. Once Miles is introduced into the MCU, Donald Glover's going to be the Prowler.
Yeah,
that we want to see. Again, it kind of counteracts Across the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse kind of stuff, because he's such a main character in that. So it's like, do you want that again? But
we've
just
seen a lot of it.
Yeah,
we've seen a lot of it already, and they've also kind of had the crossover of both doing multiverse as well.
Yeah,
they run the risk of just kind of completely copying a Spider-Verse,
doing the same. Yeah.
What else do I love about Homecoming? I mean, Michael Keaton as the Vulture is just fantastic. Despite I'm not going to bring up me forgetting he was in the movie again. He's so cool. The kind of backstory of them being the cleanup team after the Avengers, and then getting like sent away by the group that Tony Stark has put together. Again, Tony Scott. Well, this is the first instance of Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Not on purpose, creating a Spider-Man villain by his actions. Him and Mysterio, and then I don't believe it happens in No Way Home, but it's interesting that happens twice. He's great for all of that. The scene, the whole sequence of Peter going to prom and realizing who Liz's dad is.
Good.
So tense and done so well. And
when they're in the car,
and like,
just like
there's the red light on his face, and then it changes to green when he realizes. Just so cool. There's some really, really cool moments in that. I love Peter having the suit confiscated and needing to go back to the homemade suit. I love the look of the homemade suit. There's a really great bit that's one of my favorite bits, definitely in the Tom Holland trilogy, but maybe throughout it all. There's in the final fight where he gets stuck under all that rubble and he sees the reflection of him and his spider mask in the water.
Yeah.
And then he like does that massive feat of strength and he's like, come on, Spider-Man.
Oh, dude.
Come on, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so
goosebump.
cool.
Like for me, it's like goosebumps because I'm like, oh man,
now.
Like, yeah, like for me, you know, when I was a kid, that would be something that I would probably say to myself to like try and do something. So like, it's like, I love that kind of stuff. And some people might think it's cheesy and some people might think it's just a bit like chucked in there for whatever. But I thought that was such a good point of like showing that, he doesn't need the suit. The suit helps him, but he's Spider-Man with or without it. So
yeah, and he will do the right thing with or without it. I'm trying to think what else about that movie I really like.
Ned, guy in the chair.
Dude, he is and continues to be fantastic. I hope we still get him in Brand New Day.
Same.
I haven't heard any word of him. I mean, they could reintroduce him, but I don't know if Peter will be doing that straight away after.
Yeah, I think he'd want to keep him at kind of arm's length after everything.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's my number 3, man. Yeah, I think it's just a fun time. Yeah. And it's one that I re-watch fairly regularly. I think, Tom Holland really shines in it. I think he does a fantastic job, as does Michael Keaton. He's a great villain. Yeah, I just think it's a fun movie, and that's what I want from Spider-Man.
Yeah. I also really like, before we jump on to the next one, I love that it's our, essentially, you know, they've had parts of it in other films, but it's our first Spider-Man film that is completely set at school. There is a lot of him at school, which I loved. We get obviously we get it in both other Spider-Men, but I feel like they really like doubled down on the fact that he's at school, he's going to class, he's like waiting, looking at the clock before he can leave and start doing Spider-Man stuff. Like, I love that stuff, and how he like keeps all of his web fluid underneath his locker.
Yeah, and
all of that stuff
where he's like mixing the web fluid in the science class.
Yeah, loved it.
You're so right. I think that's a really good point. And all the other Spider-Man live action Spider-Man that we've had have like a young look about them, but at the same time look 26 to 30.
Oh yeah.
Tom Holland looks like a 15, 16-year-old, and to see like a Spider-Man who looks like that and see him in the environment of a school really gives you that kind of worried feeling, like, oh my god, this is a kid in this situation. This isn't Captain America, who's like a soldier. Yeah, this isn't Iron Man, who's like a billionaire with experience at this. This is a child with these powers who knows right and wrong and knows he has to do this. Yeah, great point.
Absolutely, man. I enjoy that film a lot. We saw it a few times in cinema, and some people dislike it.
They're within their right to.
Yeah, I see the reasons for why. Like, everyone doesn't like that, you know, Tony Stark is Peter's mentor. But it's a new take on Spider-Man, man. Like, I like to see like Spider-Man films, Spider-Man comics, they're two different things.
Mhm.
And if I wanted it to be exactly like the comic book, I'd just read the comic book because it's there. I like seeing things that are changed up, and having Tony as his mentor, like whether you liked it or not, had such a good impact going into Endgame. Like you felt, Peter's anguish after that whole thing happened. So
yeah, I think it's difficult when like movies have just come out and they feel like this is the only Spider-Man movie we're going to get for years. You want it to be the perfect iteration of Spider-Man and it to represent everything you want from the character you've seen in the comic books. But like the fact is, it isn't. We've got 2 hours to see this character, and they're going to take it in a direction they want to. And like, I feel like looking back at a movie after a couple years, and when you know you've got another Spider-Man movie on the way, you can kind of just appreciate it for what it is, and not wanting it to be more than what it is.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
You are either against it or you're in for the ride.
Yeah,
I'm on the in for the ride crowd.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to see where you take it. Like, he's my favorite character. See where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
hell yeah.
Your number 3. Let's go.
My number 3 it was almost my number 1 because this film means the world to me, and that is The Amazing Spider-Man 1. It is. I feel like Spider-Man films came out at the right time for me. At every point in my life that I was going through something that I needed Spider-Man in, without sounding super corny and cheesy.
Man.
Like, that character is so fucking important to me from when I was 6 years old to when I'm fucking 33 now. Going to see The Amazing Spider-Man, I went to South Woodford Odeon.
Oh, pick up.
Come on.
Yeah, man.
I took a seat in the front row. I never do that because it's the worst place to sit, but I was like, I just need to be as close as possible.
Yeah.
Went on my own, absolutely loved it. Like, sat there and just was witnessing this thing. And of course, when it got announced, I was like, oh man, I thought they were going to do number 4 with Toby. Like, who's this guy? Like, who's this new guy? Andrew Garfield? I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
I don't care for this. And then, sitting through that film, I was like, okay, cool. Like, I understand it. The music's a bit different. Oh, they're doing something with his parents. I'm not the biggest fan of like his parents' backstory in that, but I understand kind of what they were going for. But it's you can see yourself in that, Peter. I don't know, if everyone can, but people say that Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker is too cool. And I don't believe that at all, because I was the kid that went to school with a skateboard. And like, I was the kid that went to school with like, the big baggy jumper or whatever, like just kind of looked scruffy all the time. And I got fucking shit for it all the time off of every single person. Like, you'd always get ridiculed for like having a skateboard and stuff. And then suddenly people are like, oh, he's too cool because, he's good looking. And he's just like, you can still be a nerd and still be good looking. Look, you got 2 of these hunkiest motherfuckers on screen right now. I hate that idea of like, you need to look a certain way to be nerdy or to be like a loser. Like, school is like a melting pot of people. And you are lucky if you're in the popular group. Doesn't matter how good looking you are. If you are in the right place at the right time and you gel with the right people, you're kind of set for the rest of school. And Peter in that film was just Peter, just on his own. He lives with his aunt and uncle. He's got a bit of this like angsty teenage thing, like argues with Uncle Ben and Aunt May, constantly, but their relationship is still very good. I just love that after he gets his powers, he spends like, he's meant to come back from school because he left Aunt May for like the night or whatever when he's out just like doing his own thing. I love that is the turning point in his, spider journey kind of thing. He gets bitten by the spider, goes on this tangent rant thing with Uncle Ben, and then like slams the door, and he's like, Uncle Ben gives him when you're given a task, you're like obligated to do those things. It's not by something else, but responsibility. The great power comes great responsibility. La, 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 la. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He does that whole spiel. And then that's the point where he's run away from home. Obviously, Ben's looking for him. And that's the point where, the whole Uncle Ben thing happens. And the thing that gets to me now, even just thinking about it, is when he leaves the voicemail for Peter. And it's after like, Ben's obviously died in the street and stuff. And that whole thing's happened. Then Peter gets home and listens to the voicemail. And every time I watch it, I'm just like, that just sounds like my granddad, just like leaving me a voicemail, just being like, the way that he speaks to Peter in that film is just so fucking pure. And I love that shit. I'm not going to get too much into the soppy side of it, but I love the lizard, right? I love Spider-Man. I love the suit. Everyone, it was a polarizing suit. People either, liked the gold eyes or they didn't like the gold eyes. I loved it. I loved how quippy he is. He is the best Spider-Man. In my eyes, he's the perfect Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because he's just got that vibe about him. He's a bit cocky and, he's supposed to be a kid, but he's got that swag about him where when he's got the mask on, he's a different person. And I love that. The chemistry between Peter and Gwen as well. Incredible.
100%. Yeah.
Incredible.
That's definitely a highlight considering that there isn't a lot of chemistry between Peter and MJ in the Raimi films, I would say.
No.
But then
I never felt it.
Nah.
But Peter and Andrew and Emma, they had something special.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be on your list somewhere because I know that film means a lot to you.
It was nearly number one, and
I'm surprised it's not.
I know, same.
So I'm excited to hear your number one.
Yeah.
Your number two as well.
Yeah. I don't know what else I've got to say about Amazing Spider-Man. I like the first swing. I'm not going to stay on this for too long. I like the first swing. It was in first person. It's the first time you see him throwing the webs out.
Is that the one that they had as like the teaser trailer for it? The first person one?
Yeah, and then when he lands on the window, you see
a lot of the stuff cool. they do with the swinging in that is really cool because like obviously it's a lot to build from. I feel like Raimi nailed it in a lot of it. Like his swinging scenes were always so beautiful,
wicked.
But then they really kind of stylized Andrew's swinging a lot more, and he was a lot more kind of parkour-y. Which was cool because that was really big at the time as well.
It was, and the first practical swing.
That's what I was just about to say. Yeah. The practical swinging was really cool, and I've seen that they've adopted that up in Glasgow, filming Brand New Day at the minute. So I'm excited to see. I hope that stays in. I hope that doesn't get cut out because I'd love to see more of that. Yeah, man, great film. I need to do a rewatch. Hit me.
The last thing, sorry.
Yeah. No.
The bit with the cranes. When the whole city comes to back Spider-Man, all the cranes go, man, George cries every single time.
Yeah.
Every time we watch it because he's just like, he's hurt, he's been shot in the leg. Captain Stacy now knows it's Peter. He's like, oh God, what's going on? Whole city backing him to fight the lizard.
That's like so Spider-Man coded that like
absolutely.
As I said, like the city of New York is a side character in every Spider-Man. in Sex and the City.
But they do it in the first Spider-Man as well.
Number 2 is Sex and the City too. They do it
in the Raimi one. When they're on the bridge and he's like, you mess with one of us, you're messing with all of us.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Amazing Spider-Man. Really cool interpretation. Feels a lot like kind of Ultimate Spider-Man in a way. I don't know if it's the kind of the look of his suit as well.
Yeah.
And also the kind of build of Andrew. He's got that lankier build. Yeah.
Tall and slender. And just a teenage heartthrob.
Yeah, man.
Scruffy teenage heartthrob.
Yeah.
And that's why I have this tattoo, wherever it is. Oh, that's why I've got the Andrew one. Yeah. It's so bad. It's I got it so long ago and it's all fallen out. And there was a point where I wanted to change it. I was like, oh man, all these new Spider-Man keep coming out. I'm gonna have to change this and update it with all the Spider-Man. And I was like,
no, man.
No.
Just get it touched up, but keep the love for Andrew right there.
Yeah, I might just get a black outline so it kind of pops it a bit. But yes, sorry for taking up 25 hours of your time.
No, that's fine. We're on to our number 2s and our number 1s now.
Did you do your number 3? You did.
My number 3 was Homecoming. Yeah, we've swapped orders now because we had the same number 4.
Number 2.
Matty.
We didn't introduce ourselves. I'm Harvey, by the way. That's Matty.
Yeah, my name's Matty.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Number 2 is the one and only Spider-Man 2 from 2004.
Nice. Incredible film.
Yeah, I think it does everything that the first one does well, but then just kind of hones it a bit more. It's still got that kind of comic book cheesiness, but it's just more refined in this one. It's still got those kind of classic comic book tropes. Doc Ock just robs a bank in it. It's so great. I don't know what it is about a supervillain robbing a bank, but it just feels.
It's in the handbook, isn't it?
Yeah,
you got to rob a bank.
You have to rob a bank, and he throws the big safe door across the bank, and then kidnaps Aunt May, who's hanging off of a gargoyle on an umbrella. That whole scene is great. Does it lead into? Is that later on in the movie the subway fight on top of the train?
It does lead into that, but you're missing one of the coolest parts, which I think is wicked, and I'm sure you think is wicked as well.
I've just forgotten it. Yeah.
No, you haven't forgotten it. No way. The initial when he's on the table and the arms are hanging up.
That's on my list. That's on my list. Yeah,
I'm going backwards in time.
I've jumped ahead in the movie just because I wanted to talk about the bank robbery. But yeah, the surgery scene, that is one of my notes, is fucking awful. It is so horrifying.
Yeah, it's like watching Evil Dead or like a horror film.
Yeah, I can't believe that made the cut. I cannot believe that made the cut for like such a popular movie. It's where Raimi really shines, similarly to like the final fight scene with Spidey and Goblin in the first one. It's kind of just goes really dark all of a sudden. That scene is incredible. That was, what note was that? That might have been the second note.
Sorry, I've hijacked your notes.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's the second note that I made, was the surgery scene is the best scene. I think it's probably like I would argue it's the most iconic Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, I would say so.
In that it's kind of the one that everybody remembers the most. Alfred Molina as Doc Ock is just, I don't know, he's like got that pathos to the character that you really kind of care about him when you meet him and his wife before he turns. You really do like him, and he cares for Peter, and it's like not a lot of people are really nice to Peter first meeting him, and you're like, oh wow, this is a decent man, this is a good man, and you just see the downfall of him.
I feel like Peter kind of sees him as like a surrogate dad.
100%.
In that, because he's finally kind of got this relationship with someone that's older than him that isn't Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like they never had a connection, did they? But with Otto, like when they're at dinner and they're talking about all these equations and stuff, like you can see that his brain's just going like, oh my God, I have so much to say. And I've got so much to talk about with this guy who can actually understand what I'm speaking about. And I think that's what makes it even more kind of heartbreaking when Otto kind of just loses his mind because of the inhibitor chip. Yeah.
But then kind of, redeems himself at the end.
Yeah.
Spoilers, by sacrificing himself. And
I think it's 21 years late.
Yeah. If you haven't seen this, why are you listening to this podcast right now? You're obviously very lost. Yes. Yeah. Once you've watched Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
I don't have much more to say about this movie, in that it's just like, it's a great ride. I feel like it's just like the prime of these actors playing these characters, because the first one, none of them had done superheroes before. I think they were kind of finding their way.
Yeah.
This one, it's kind of, they know what they're doing. They know who these characters are. It's just like prime time of them being them. And obviously the third one is kind of, they all don't really want to be there. Yeah. So it's probably the Spider-Man movie I've seen the most as well. Granted, it's been out 20 years, so I've had a lot of time to watch it, but I think it's a near perfect movie, and that's the end of my review. I mean,
Spider-Man 2 on my list is number 1. So
spoilers, okay,
because we're going to go to I'm going to go into my number 2, which might be your number 1. I'm hoping it's your number 1. I love the fact in Spider-Man 2 that Peter loses his powers.
Yeah.
I love that he's been Spider-Man for a while now, and he's so used to it. He's like, he's comfortable in the role. He's confident. He knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. He's cocky.
He is cocky. And like even down to the point where he's like delivering pizzas and stuff. Like I love that part of the film. I just like that it's a film about coming to terms of the responsibility of the power that he's been gifted, and he's almost second guessing himself. He doesn't know whether he's worthy enough to have these powers, and is he anyone without Spider-Man? And I just love that there's that period in the film where he stops being Spider-Man. He puts the suit into the bin, then it gets given to J. Jonah Jameson, who writes this whole thing about like Spider-Man gone and all this kind of stuff, and Peter's just living his normal life. His grades are doing well, he's always on time, he's like making time for MJ and doing all this stuff, and even she's questioning him. She's like, well, what's changed? Like, you couldn't make it before, why are you doing this now?
Yeah.
And it's not until that cafe scene where he's just having a meal with MJ, and then Doc Ock like comes in. I think it's after he like finds out who Peter is or whatever.
Yeah.
Grabs Mary Jane, and then suddenly it's like his purpose is there. Like, he's meant to protect people. That is what he's put on this planet to do.
Yeah, and he really
metaphorically,
he needs to like sacrifice his own happiness and his own well-being to do this, because he knows it's his responsibility.
And they do that same thing in Spider-Man 2, which they did in 1, where the camera is looking through his glasses and it's blurry, and then he takes them off and it's clear, and he drops them on the floor and he's like, I'm back. Sick.
Okay. Yeah. Your number
fantastic
2.
film. My number 2, I think, is your number 1. It might be.
I don't know.
My number 2 is No Way Home.
Interesting.
Ooh. Is it not your number 1?
It's not my number 1.
Fuck. Okay, cool. Sick. I love this film. I put it so high because of what it means in terms of like resetting this version of Peter back to what he should be, kind of thing. Like being in the streets. We spoke about this before. Being in New York and everything, and bringing
Spider-Man is for the streets.
It's for the streets. Yep.
Sorry.
Having those two actors back was a huge thing. Having Andrew and Toby come back, and not in a way that kind of damaged their films themselves.
Yeah.
I liked the way that, when Peter was at his lowest, he'd lost Aunt May, and he's on the top of that building. And then you see that shot of like Andrew and Toby on the spire. And they talk to him about like how they lost Uncle Ben, how Andrew lost Gwen, and like, the path that you want to go down isn't the way that you should go. Like, Andrew's talking about how when he lost Gwen, he stopped pulling his punches, he got hateful, and he started like doing all these bad stuff. And you can see that in Tom after, Goblin takes away the only family he's got. And I love the tonal shift of that film. Now, saying that, the first half of this film isn't my favorite, but I feel like after the tone shift, for me, I'm in, I'm all the way in.
Yeah.
And I understand that the first half of this film needs to be there to get to where we need to go. And I do hate, this is my number 2 film, and I'm saying I do dislike how, it heavily relies on other characters like Doctor Strange, like Wong, to like get to this point. And I understand why they did it, so they could bring in all of these other characters and make like the biggest Spider-Man film ever.
Yeah.
But I like that essentially, he doesn't say the spell right or whatever, and then all these other people come in. But I like that, like you said earlier, how Spider-Man coded he is in this film. He could send all these people back to their dimensions, but he knows that they're going to die when they go back there. So he's like, we need to save these people rather than like imprisoning them and sending them home to their deaths. We need to help them.
Yeah.
And it's such a Peter Parker thing to do.
Yeah.
To just be like, I need to think away from myself, away from all of this kind of stuff. What can I do with the power that I have, with the brain that I have, to help these people, do it? And he almost did with the things that went on the chest. He did it for Doc Ock.
Yeah.
All like that. But then the switch is so good when he suddenly like looks around the room.
The kind of they do I think it's called the dolly zoom, where it's like zooms in on his face but pans out. Yeah, that bit's done really well. It's so tense and it's kind of scary.
Well, it's because the way that Willem Dafoe can switch on and switch off Goblin is so terrifying, and like he's got those really bright eyes and that big smile, and it's just like, man,
The way they kind of expanded Goblin a bit more in that movie was I mean, they expanded upon all of the villains, which really works. And the way it expands upon those movies, but in a way that's still respectful of the source material. But I also think like you can kind of get around it by saying that the Spider-Verse is so infinite that these might not be the versions that we saw in the movies. These are just versions that look the same as the ones we saw.
Yeah,
but are just slightly different than the Raimi-verse or the Andrew Garfield one.
But there are too many callbacks.
There's a lot of callbacks, yeah. It would have to be
Doc Ock's like, Peter, like, how you doing? And he's like, what's that thing that he says?
This something brilliant.
Brilliant but lazy.
Brilliant but lazy, yeah.
Amazing. And like the one thing, this isn't one thing, I've said many things that I didn't like about it. I don't like the meme kind of culture in films. I think that it ages really badly. And to have like, it's the delivery of when Toby and Andrew are speaking to each other. And he's like, you know, you got to stretch it out or whatever. And he's like, yeah, well, you know, it's my back. And everyone's like, he likes pause for laughter. I'm like, I don't need that. Just say like, yeah, like it's like in my back. It's fine. But it's the way he says.
Yeah, it's the same thing as when Goblin says, "I'm something of a scientist myself."
Oh, dude, fuck off!
It was like
I don't care.
We get the bit, but like it was too. Yeah, it wasn't done naturally enough.
Yeah.
For me.
All right, No Way Home. Fuck you. You're going down to 3. Amazing Spider-Man is my number 2. Sorry.
Okay. No, I think you know what. I support it. Yeah.
But again, there are so many things that I absolutely love about that film, and it's the chemistry between the 3 Spider-Men, seeing them at first work solo and then get to a point where they're like, you've never worked in a team before. And it's like, yeah, I work with the Avengers. And then it's like, okay, cool. I've got to teach you how to be in a team. And then when they figure that out, they're smashing it. All their theme tunes are playing. And yeah, for me, it's like a fucking wet dream. But yeah, it's a fan fiction for me. It's like fan service.
It's 100% fan service. Yeah.
But anyway,
okay,
is what it is. It's number 3.
It's number 3.
We've gone back. Amazing Spider-Man
number 2.
My number 2. Yeah.
Spider-Man 2 is your number 1.
It is.
Is there anything else you want to say on that?
No, I just really like it. I think it's a great Spider-Man film. I find it really hard to pick and choose because it really depends what mood I'm in. This list could change in a few months' time.
100%.
So it really depends what kind of vibe I'm in.
I'm going to rewatch a lot of the Spider-Man movies now that we've recorded this, and I'm sure if you ask me next week, my list is going to be a bit different.
Yeah, of course.
But I think my number 1 will always stay the same.
Go.
My number 1, Into the Spider-Verse.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why? I'm not shitting on you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I've got to give reasoning for it being my number 1. And it's just so beautiful.
It is.
In terms of visuals, in terms of the story, the kind of the morals, the lessons. I love the style of it. It feels completely unique to any other Spider-Man movie, any other animated movie, any other movie I've seen. Other things have kind of maybe adopted that sort of style afterwards, but the kind of mixture of like it feels like a moving comic book. The way you get the kind of onomatopoeic words appear on screen, all these kind of weird additions that it feels like an indie movie, but so much care and attention put into every single shot that I feel like I could watch it every day and discover something new.
Oh, that's beautiful.
In it every single time, you know? My kind of one of my main reason for I'm going to get a little soppy here or just kind of deep or whatever. I think my favorite thing about the movie is the juxtaposition of where Miles and Peter B. Parker's characters are, because I simultaneously feel like both of them. Miles is just starting and feels like he has so much to live up to and so much he needs to achieve and doesn't know how to do it and doesn't know how he's going to do it on his own. Whereas Peter B. Parker feels like he's completely past his prime. He's done everything good he'll ever do.
Yeah.
And he's never going to, he's got the belly and he's never going to do anything again, and he's missed it. And I simultaneously feel like both of those characters all the time.
Yeah.
In that
I feel like it's the weird age that I mean, you're at. I'm kind of past that, but I think for your age, it's like you're just starting, but then also you feel like you're too late.
Yeah.
Which is an awful feeling. It's horrible.
Yeah. And I hope other people feel. I don't hope other people feel this way, because it's not a great way to feel.
No, I know. Are you sad too?
For reference, I'm 26 currently, and and I just, oh man, and just the bit at the end where Peter B. Parker wants him to shock him to show that he's ready, and he can't do it, and he ties him up on the seat, and then it zooms out, and all the other Spider people are like on the wall listening in, hoping that he's like ready to come with them, because they don't want to leave him there.
No.
Oh, and then I'm getting goosebumps. The bit where he breaks. The bit where his dad comes to the door, and he's talking at him through the door, but he can't reply because he's got the web over his mouth. And then he zaps out of the web. He goes up to the building, does the leap of faith that he just references earlier in the movie.
Yeah,
and that's not. I love the soundtrack in that movie as well.
What's Up Danger?
What's Up Danger?
Yeah.
Oh man! And he goes and meets them, and then copies the moves that Spider-Man does at the beginning of the movie in the big kind of particle collider. I just love it.
Yeah.
I just love it. The callbacks, the growth you kind of see in the characters, the optimism of it, and it really kind of, I don't know, makes me feel warm.
I like it, man. I really do. I feel like after hearing you speak about it, it makes me want to go and watch it again. Because it will most likely go way up in my list again. Like we were saying, man, it will change. Like, I can't remember enough about the film. I know that I loved. Is it Jake Johnson that plays Peter B. Parker?
Yes,
I loved him
casting.
as Spider-Man. I loved Nicolas Cage as Spider-Noir. I loved Penny Parker.
Penny Parker's great, as is John Mulaney as Spider-Ham as well. And I know it's a Miles story as well, and it's like I love Miles like as much as I love Peter. You know, like I kind of maybe in my I've like always read Spider-Man comics, but like I've never collected a Spider-Man series other than Miles. The Miles Morales storyline when that first came out, I would go to Forbidden Planet in Soho every month, and I'd get that series, and that's the only Spider-Man series that I've ever like actively collected. So I just think it's a beautiful movie, and I love how it tells the story. I love the medium that it does it in.
Yeah,
I love the hopefulness of
animation.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man's ripe for more animated stuff. The way that Batman has always had animated movies and series, Spider-Man has as well. I don't think they've been as iconic though, but I think his characters and his look is just perfect for animation.
Yeah. I agree. You got me thinking about that. It's a leap of faith. Just got to do that kind of thing. It's got
it's beautiful.
And
it's just there's so many like really, really just like heartwarming moments that like, or just like awe-inspiring moments. I don't know. It's just kind of they make me tear up when I'm watching them. Like
I think that's such a good thing though. Like to evoke emotion while watching a film. It's something I'm terrible at doing, but when a film gets me, I'm like, you motherfucker. Yeah. You got me. And it happens more than I'd like to admit, but it's when you've got that film that's like hits you right in the chest, nothing can top it.
Yeah.
Like I now understand why it's your number one. If it has that emotional thing. Yeah.
And it's every single time I watch it, I get that same feeling, like it invokes this kind of feeling that I can do it, and I'm not past my prime, and I'm not, missing out, and I just need to like, it's a leap of faith. I'm getting all wanky now.
No, dude,
it's number 6. Ignore me. Fuck it.
Just gotta trust the process, man. Like that's it. I don't care about getting soppy, man. It's I think like we were talking about Superman in the last episode, I think Spider-Man for a lot of us, especially a lot of us that grew up in the 90s and early 2000s, and even to now, like he's such a pivotal figure of our childhood. And he is, for anyone that didn't grow up with friends or didn't grow up with a lot of friends, he was that beacon of hope to be like, okay, cool, I can be better and I will be better. And I'm pretty sure the whole marketing thing of, was it Spider-Man 1 or Spider-Man 2? And it was just be greater. That was on the marketing. And I was like, yeah, I will, with my popcorn. Right. We're basically at the end of the episode. But I just want to say, they smashed the marketing for the first Spider-Man film. Like, you could not go anywhere. How old were you when the first Spider-Man came out?
I was 3, so I don't remember it firsthand.
Dude,
I do remember the marketing for Spider-Man 3, though.
Ah, that was everywhere as well.
That was also everywhere.
You know, I went to the cinema to see that film 7 times.
Spider-Man 3?
Yeah.
I mean, I want to give that a shout out as well.
I like it.
I like it. It didn't make top 5. It might be top 7 or top 8. I don't know. But there's some great bits in that movie, man.
There's some amazing bits in it. Like if you take it at face value for what it is, everyone says, "Oh, Bully Maguire, it's so cringe." It's supposed to be.
Yeah,
that's the whole point.
Like, he's never been cool. Why would he suddenly be cool when he gets?
Well, just because he's got an emo fringe.
Yeah, no, he's still a loser.
Yeah,
like
he just thinks he's cool.
He thinks he's cool. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great. It's not the best by no means, but there's some great movies. The whole Sandman storyline, perfection,
dude. Because he's not a bad guy. He's just had bad luck.
Yeah, man. And he's got the green stripy T-shirt. Amazing. That's fucking great. Okay, I'm glad we shouted that out because I watched that a lot as a kid. Yeah, man. Cool. Okay, are we going to do least favorites? Do you have a least favorite?
Let's just have a fire. What is, in your opinion, Matty Noble, what is the worst Spider-Man film?
I don't know. It's not the worst. It's the one that this is so awful. It's not the worst one, and there's so much that I love in it. But this is the only Spider-Man movie where I've gone to watch it for the second time and I had to turn it off.
Ooh.
Because I couldn't do it.
Damn. Okay.
And that was No Way Home.
No Way Home. Fair.
There is a lot that I love about that movie, and I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but when I went back for the second rewatch, I went to see it in the cinema on the day of release with like 2 really close friends of mine, and we'd been speculating about it for ages.
Of course,
built up. We hadn't seen any spoilers for it or anything, and it was the most exciting experience. One of the most exciting cinema experiences I've had.
Oh yeah.
Then I think that's what that movie does well. It's the initial shock of seeing those characters. And then when you already know the twist of, they got Andrew and Toby back and all these other people back, it's like it loses a lot of the good things about the movie because I don't think it's the best written one.
Yeah, I get that completely.
And and what you said earlier about the first act not being nearly as strong as the second act, I completely agree with, because I turned it off in the first 40 minutes, I think. And I will go back and watch it again because I do like it and it's a cool movie, but there's just like, that's towards the bottom of the list for me, unfortunately.
No, I respect it. I get that. Questioning my choices now.
No, don't change yours.
The more we speak about it, the more I realize why I haven't watched it in such a long time. Because I think I've only seen it like 3 times. And right, this is a thing that I think if you're in a long-term relationship, you'll understand. And if you're in a long-term relationship with an emotional partner, you will understand. Every time we watch No Way Home, I watch it with George. And she's very emotional. She loves Andrew Garfield with her. So anytime he comes on screen, especially in No Way Home, she's in bits. When we saw it in the cinema, she was going mad. One of the first or second times I've seen her go like, oh my God. And I think when you watch it with your significant other, it really does improve the way that you experience the film, because when you're kind of living through someone else, and like when you see it in a full cinema, everyone's going crazy. So you're like, this is cool. And if you do watch things on your own, I'm kind of in the same boat with Deadpool and Wolverine, where I'm kind of like, I like it, but I don't like it as much.
the shock factor of the cameos and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I need to watch No Way Home with George, and it will go higher up on my list.
Dude, when I'm back, we'll have a movie thing here.
Hell yeah.
And just watch some emotional films.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I just want to say, oh, go on.
Well, I was going to say, what's your least favorite? What's your bottom of the list?
Oh, yeah. I mean, before we get to that, I was just going to say that Snips has met Andrew Garfield. I mean, I've met Andrew Garfield as well, but I had Snips in my hands to.
Oh my God, you're right.
Were you at work for that day?
I was in the other store.
Oh no!
I missed meeting Andrew Garfield. Yeah, man.
Dude, honestly, like the girls like ran downstairs because they knew he was like around the area, and we like invited him in and stuff. And I was like, man, do I go downstairs? Do I go downstairs? Like, he's my favorite Spider-Man. Like, what do I say? Do I like, say about the film? Do I, this guy like changed the way that I kind of act for a big period of my life. It was like, this is how I act. I'm supposed to act like Spider-Man. So I was like, man, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I just ran downstairs with the dog, walked up to Andrew Garfield and was like, I bring you a dog. And he was like, oh, what's her name? And I was like, oh, her name's Snips. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm going to take her out for a wee. And I was like, oh my God, you fucking idiot. Like, it was the first time I've ever, like, I don't care for anyone, but it was the first time I genuinely got a bit starstruck and was like,
yeah,
man. And I think about that a lot of just being like, you could have just said, hey, but I just ran downstairs with my puppy. She was like still small. I was like, have a dog.
I mean, I think that's better than saying, hey, he's going to remember the puppy.
I would hope so.
Yeah,
I would hope so.
I had I'm not going to get into it now. We'll save it for another episode. What's your bottom quickly before we
sign off? My least favorite is Far From Home.
Okay.
I will never watch that film.
Damn.
Yeah, sorry, bro. I like parts of it. I think Molten Man, they were supposed to do like Molten Man and Hydro Man or whatever. I think they were wasted because they were essentially just fucking holograms.
True.
Which annoyed the hell out of me. I don't know if I like Tom Holland's films. I've just realised. No, I'm joking. I do like him as a Spider-Man, but I just think
his films are weird. They are weird.
The pacing is so weird because they pick up and they pick up good.
Yeah.
It's the
pacing is weird in all of Tom's films.
Yeah, it's trying to get me to watch it again. I'm like, do I want to see the kids on a school trip for the next hour and a half before stuff starts kicking off?
There's hardly any Spider-Man in that movie.
But
yeah.
But when it does get Spider-Man, it gets Spider-Man good with the Spidey sense.
Spider-Man real good.
Sick.
And the Mysterio bits.
Yeah.
Well, we'll know.
I think Jake Gyllenhaal is amazing as Spider-Man. Spider-Man? Now that's something we need. Jake Gyllenhaal as Spider-Man.
Gyllenhaal.
I have nothing more to say.
Yeah.
If you stayed to the end, thank you very much for watching. We appreciate you very much.
What's your favourite Spider-Man? You there watching this on your phone. What's yours? Say it in the comments. Maybe.
And press the red button that says subscribe because I don't know what it does, but it just makes us look slightly better.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's all for this one.
That's it. Yeah. How long can we prolong it until people decide to click off? Okay, bye.